We want to take part in this battle for America. What is truly at stake today, and for the coming years, I believe, is a battle between leftists who believe in a certain way of running the country, who believe in socialism.
Well, there's just no question that our whole way of life is at stake.
Barack Obama has taken us on a path making enemies of our allies and allies of our enemies and socializing the nation's economy. We have to reverse these things as a matter of national survival at this point. If we do not do these things, then America faces grave peril in the near future.
The threat is really twofold. We've been under a terrorist threat since the early 1990s, and as a result, we've probably missed a lot of what is even the more broad threat, which is the sort of stealth jihad, the insinuation of Sharia principles into our culture, into our institutions, and into our laws.
We are an extension, a West Coast extension of Restoration Weekend, which David founded 17 years ago.
The mission of the West Coast Retreat is, I think, similar to Restoration Weekend, and it's an opportunity for people of conservative mindset to hear from thought leaders in the field. We have politicians here, we have writers here, and we have analysts here who speak to us about major issues affecting the economy and affecting the world.
You know, they've come together to not just sort of sound the alarm about the problems facing this country, but also to put forth solutions, you know, through debate, sharing ideas, innovation.
There's a very big attempt by the left in this country to sort of shut down the conversation of Western culture. And it's very important to me as an artist that artists speak out and speak about the things that they believe and think about the things that are important to the just to human beings, not just to America.
Well, we're in Ranchos Palos Verdes. It's a beautiful oceanfront retreat in Southern California.
Now here's the problem. My wife and my son are here, he's on spring break, and now he doesn't want to leave. So it's a little bit too phenomenal, but it really is an incredible environment to have one of these events at.
These next elections matter. The entire future of this country, what Lincoln called the last best hope of mankind, is riding on the decisions that we make over the next couple of years.
It's a sense of real seriousness that the country is at a precipice, and we're either going to continue down the road we've been on for the last 4 years, which will make us a very different society than I think we want to be, or we'll take the country back.
Washington people want to spend money, and as long as you continue to enable them, they will.
The whole world gets it, that the United States is going broke, except people in Washington.
Analysts are saying it's just a matter of time before China overtakes us for the top spot.
Islam does teach a violence and radicalism at the core that is embedded in the Quran, embedded in the teachings of Muhammad.
Is there a moderate Islam? I don't know. I think that's why I'm doing the work I do. I believe there is.
I was asked by Michael to speak on the Obama doctrine in a moment of indiscretion. I said I would, and then I realized there is no Obama doctrine.
This is a huge battle, a very, very huge battle. And somehow we're going to have to convince, especially young people, that capitalism is the foundation of what got us here.
The normal thing is for societies to decline. It's the norm. I don't know if we will be an exception. I don't. I do know this: if we are not going to be an exception, cruelty will dominate Earth.
I gratefully accept this award on behalf of all the great American conservative women, and especially the young women who stand up bravely and promote your conservative ideas on their hostile campuses.
I know who is going to change the future, and it's young women like you. Congratulations.
We are patriots who love America. That's who we are, and we want to see this incredible, never before seen in the history of mankind experiment in liberty go on.
Barack Obama, whose roots, political roots, are from the same left that I came from, is actually quite comfortable with bankrupting the country. If it were just Barack Obama, that would be one thing, but the Democratic leadership thinks that America is the problem.
Well, I don't think there's anybody quite like David Horowitz. He is the father of many a discussion that goes on. David's an important element of how we save America at this point, and I think we are at a tipping point in America.
Mike Finch is the Chief Operating Officer of the Freedom Center. Mike manages the office for the center. Mike is always overseeing the websites. People say that God has created each of us with a purpose, and that He watches over us to see that we fulfill our purpose. Unfortunately, I'm an agnostic, so I don't know if this is true or not. However, if there is a God, and this is true, then He has sent Mike Finch to me to watch over me.
We have an incredibly loyal and hardworking staff. No one's there to work for the money. We're there for the cause and because we love what David's doing and trying to save this country. So it's because of David that we dedicate ourselves to work so hard. So thank you, David, for everything you do.
They're always trying to shut down the argument, and I think David Horowitz is all about keeping that argument alive, keeping liberty alive, and keeping the American way alive.
We're looking at serious divisiveness being pushed and fanned by the highest office in the country. The war against business, the politics of envy, the us versus them, it's frightening, and it's working.
The answer is not what I'm going to do, the answer is what you people are going to do.
These retreats are really call to arms. The people here, they come here, I think, to get their marching orders, to listen to people who are involved in the critical areas of American politics right now, to learn what their next step is as people who are concerned about the future of this country.
It's a beautiful setting. It's the best speakers on the most important topics, and it's done in a relaxed atmosphere of intellectual rigor, but real friendship and camaraderie. I think that's the attraction of it. That's why I keep coming back.
I strongly recommend that people who care about the future for their children and their grandchildren should come to David Horowitz's organizations, whether it's the West Coast Retreat, or whether it's the Restoration Weekend, or whether it's just joining the organization and going online to find out what they can do to preserve American values of free enterprise, capitalism, and free speech.
If we just get our act together, we can't lose. And so what that means is that the country wins. And so God bless you. Thank you, David. Thank all of you for being here tonight. And thank you for inviting me to be here. Thank